Hey guys, so today I want to do my own video about one of Apple's new iPhones, the new iPhone 5S. I want to make my video about it, talk a little bit about it, and going over those new things. So what Apple here is stating, progress is a beautiful thing. So I just want to cover it here, just the iPhone 5S, not also the brand new iPhone 5C, but this of course is going to be Apple's high-end phone, going to be the best phone, or the best iPhone, I mean. Anyways, so let's begin here. So if you start about the new thing, so first of all, this is Apple's website. We can just have a look at it here quick. We have three colors of the new iPhone. It's pretty interesting in one way that they have removed the black edition. They now have like a space gray edition, which you can see at the top of this picture. It's still black on the front side, but not on the sides or I think on the back. It's this new space gray color, and then you see in there in the middle gold looking color, and then a silver color, which silver looks pretty sounds pretty goddamn awesome. It's the first 64-bit phone, which is also a little bit interesting. They have made this beautiful website. So you can see that it still had the same kind of weight and the thickness and everything. Have the new fingerprint reader here, which they're calling their Touch ID sensor. And it's just a touch sensor with a metallic ring around it. So you can make payments and also unlock your device with it. Very, very cool. And then they have this new Apple A7 chipset or processor. So going up from Apple A7 or going up from Apple A6 in the iPhone 5 to this new A7 card, which was rumored that it was only going to be 30% better, but it seems like it's 100% better in terms of speed compared to the iPhone 5. And it also has this a little bit companion M7 processor, which will handle some internal stuff, which is pretty interesting. And then they have also upgraded the camera. You can see here dual LED flash, pretty awesome. So I'm just gonna go over all of these things right now. I mean, it looks beautiful, it looks so beautiful, this color. I like how they think about design a lot. That, I mean, Apple really do care. You can see that they care about design. Wow. And of course they get inspirations from other companies. So the first thing here, Apple A7. Okay, so they have this new kind of chipset or processor inside of it. 64-bit, this is the first 64-bit phone. At the moment, I don't think it means anything because there's not apps or anything for it. But it's backwards, the iPhone 5S is backwards compatible with 32-bit. So it works with all of those previous apps. It supports OpenGL ES 3.0, so that means even better games in terms of graphics. Apple A7 both should be an upgrade for the CPU and GPU. And on Apple's event, they did unveil this new Infinity Blade 3 game. And this new processor has this new M7 chip. That basically means that it will. It's a tiny piece of the processor, which, let's see here if we can find an image of it. No, not here. Maybe if we go into here. Yeah, here we can see the chipset M7 co-processor. Now, this works like this. The M7 one is for motion. It handles all the motion processor. It monitors the physical activity, and there's probably going to be better apps for that. It monitors the accelerometer, the gyroscope, the compass. So that should be a little bit better on this new phone. Let's see here, what happens if we go into features? It's loading the page. Okay, we should see it. Now let's start to go down to the camera. Let's see here. Okay, so they have a new camera here. First, they also have improved, seems like, the front-facing iSight camera, which they are calling it. But there's a bunch of new things with the camera. The first thing here is that it will bring in more light to pictures because of the dual LED flash. but it has this f2.2 aperture. So going from f2.0 2.4 aperture in the iPhone 5 to f2.2. Rumors were saying that it was going to be 2.0, but that wasn't really true. But it has 15% larger image sensor, and it comes with, as I said, their better low light performance. This true tone thing, which they are calling it, this thing with dual LED flash. So you get white LED and an amber LED here, which you can read here on the text, which should try to have better colors, which is good. A little bit larger pixels and larger sensor as well. Then we have a better image stabilization, so that should work in a way that it tries to take 4 photos and then kind of like add them together the best, and then create a good picture. They also have this another burst mode, which is great, so you can take pictures really quick. You can already do that, I think, in the iPhone 5. But even better with that, 720p also, that you will be able to record 720p video at 120 frames per second. This means that you'll be able to create slow motion video, which sounds pretty cool, I think. And then that you'll be able to zoom in video 3 times the zoom. Digital video stabilization also, that should be better. Panorama mode should be improved here as well. 28 megapixel, and it comes with an interesting feature, which means that exposure will get adjusted when you do panorama, so that should be great. It will also be, let's see here, 30 frames per second. Yeah, they have improved something, 30 frames per second. I'm not pretty sure what I wrote down here, but if we move down to another cool feature here in the new iPhone, the 5S, and that is of course this Touch ID sensor. I find this very interesting, this thing that you will be able to not just unlock your device with this sensor. You can see that it has a sapphire crystal lens on top, and then it has this metallic ring around the phone. And that was something that I was speculating in, that if you would get like the gold iPhone, would you get like a metallic ring that would be the same color? And yes, that is true. So that looks pretty awesome. So it will also support multiple fingerprints, which sounds awesome. I'm not sure in terms of security how good this will be, but one thing that definitely will be nice is that you'll be able to make purchases with your finger. And I think that will be pretty amazing, because I hate typing in my password. And Apple also said that no one, or 50% at least of the users that use iPhone, they don't use this passcode lock feature. So this should definitely make probably more people making their iPhones more secure, because more people will probably use this, because it's just an easier way to have security, and hopefully this will be secure. I'm not really sure about that though. It will support different angles as well, so you don't have to have it at the same angle, which sounds pretty amazing. I can't wait to see that little thing coming out. So I think I've been going over a lot of these things now. Let's see here. The camera's still 8 megapixel, but I really do like it in one way, that Apple, they don't have to have 30 megapixels. They can just still improve the camera without the megapixels, because I don't really think that many people use that 30 megapixel, that full power. But of course that's interesting to be able to have that. Let's see here, FaceTime HD, maybe they have improved. No, I don't think that they improved that much more. Wireless should also be better in different regions. The iPhone 5, where I live, it didn't support 4G, so I think that this one could. I think we have like the bands of 800 megahertz and 2600 bands here. You have different in the US if you live there, but I think this could add support for that, which will be pretty amazing for the place where I live. That it will just in general be a faster phone there. Of course, we have a bunch of things here with iOS 7, which I've been making tons of videos on, but there's a ton of more features that I can go over about iOS 7, which is an interesting operating system. It will also come in 3 different colors. This little phone here, this iPhone 5s, and those colors. If we go up here, which you can kind of see over here. Let's see here if we can go to the other page as well. So you have a silver edition, you have the gold edition, and then you have this space gray edition. So they did remove like the complete white edition and the complete like black edition, which is pretty interesting, I think. So do you want to see more videos? What do you think about this, by the way? I'm not really sure. I mean, the price will be higher. Of this. From what I've seen, that usually iPhones that launch in Europe for me cost around 600 euros. This one could cost 650 to 700 euros, which will be a little bit sad. And then if that only will be for the 16 gigabyte variant, then that's even going to be more sad, because phones are really starting to move now up to 32 and 64 gigabyte variants. The Galaxy Note 3 did that, so that's pretty interesting. If this little fingerprint touch ID sensor works amazing, if it's fast, if it's just good, that's going to be a very, very good thing for me. I mean, that's going to be awesome if that is working good. Now, in terms of camera, I'm a little bit worried that it will not just be enough of improvements compared to the iPhone 5. So I think that they probably could have done that better. And then we do have this thing that, I mean, the display is still very, very small. I'm not really satisfied at all with that they don't improve the display size. But we kind of did expect this with the S lineup. Hopefully next year we can see something more interesting happen. And then we do have this 64-bit architecture. It's the first phone with that. But hey, what can you do with it? That's like, will it be of any use at the moment? What can you do with 64-bit that you can't do with anything else? This Apple A7, I mean, of course, in gaming, even better graphics and even better games. If we're gonna see that, then of course that would be also very, very nice. And this M7 motion processor, the smaller one, sounds definitely a little bit interesting here. Other than that, I mean, there is, if I would have an iPhone 5 and if I would be a normal guy, I probably wouldn't upgrade. I'm not really sure if I would upgrade from a 4S, because I mean the 4S it's doing very well. I mean, if you have a 4S, it floats, it runs very, very good here on the latest iOS 7. So if I even would have a 4S, I would probably wait until we do get the next iPhone next year. I really want to have I really want to see a bigger iPhone. I really want to see a bigger iPhone. They must do something like that. But hey, I'm a YouTuber, so maybe when I get my hands on, I will have a different. Maybe I get a different look and view on the device than what I'm having right now. We kind of knew what Apple would unveil, so I'm not like disappointed. I mean, this is what Apple's still gonna make money. I mean, but they didn't bring out that like wow effect that I was looking for. And then also I think they need to really fix their leaks, because so many things is just leaking out before the event. It's a little bit sad. It really takes away a lot of the interesting feeling. And I really do hope Apple could come back to that. We did see with the Galaxy Note 3, it did have a few leaks, but the device didn't leak out actually. I mean, no one knew that it would have like a leather back. But with this new iPhone, I mean, people kind of knew already that they would have a fingerprint sensor. People knew about the colors. Can't Apple like try to fix that? Make something a little bit more exciting. Yeah, I'm not really sure, but I'm gonna pick it up and I might get a different view at it. I still think I mean, if you have the money, go buy it. I mean, I always like progress. Progress is a beautiful thing, as Apple is saying here. But why don't they surprise more? Why don't they try something more? I mean, I want to see something interesting. Yeah. Have a good day.